Breaking news. It has been claimed that Belarus has dumped a sea of migrants into Poland at the border. Expert on conflicts claims that Russia and its puppet Belarus are trying to destabilize Europe by escorting migrants to the Polish border. Hundreds of masked men are seen in the footage, on the edge of a forest, facing off against armed Polish security forces, with nothing between them but a flexible fence and some barbed wire. The men in the video are migrants attempting to cross into Poland from Belarus. Conflicts between these groups and the Polish government have been more and more intense recently, despite the fact that they have been trying to cross from Putin's satellite state into Poland for years. The Polish Ministry of Defense tweeted footage showing men breaking down border fences and barbed wire with whatever means they could find. The metal fence is being battered with a large log, and someone is seen cutting through the barbed wire with pliers. Others throw rocks, sticks, metal poles, shovels, and other objects over the border. Poland has been sending migrants and asylum seekers back to Belarus in a hurry because it believes there was foul play involved in the border clashes. The Ministry of Defense claims that migrants, inspired by Moscow, have been delivered to the border by Alexander Lukashenko's regime. Defending the inviolability of the border is an obligation, but also the right of every state, the mod captioned the footage with yesterday. We responded to what we saw as Moscow-inspired actions on the part of the Lukashenko regime. Protecting Poland's border was and is no easy task for the armed forces. We appreciate their efforts and will keep backing them. Further, Polish Deputy Interior Minister Maciej Wąsik told reporters last month, "We're talking about an operation organized by the Russian and Belarusian secret services that is getting more and more intense." Tomasz Praga, head of the Polish border guard, went so far as to call the Belarusian security services a criminal group that is masterminding illegal immigration. It is possible, according to experts, that Belarus and, more likely, Russia are attempting to destabilize the European Union by flooding Poland with migrants. According to Express.co.uk, King's College London War Studies expert Marina Myron said, "In the Russian doctrine there is an idea of exploiting the protest potential of the population. Well, NATO uses protest potential to incite revolutions, as the Russians so adroitly put it." Gerasimov, a Russian general, suggested that his country do something similar. She also speculated that Putin and his ally Lukashenko were trying to weaken the border so that Russian-backed intelligence agents could more easily enter Europe. She speculated that agents could gain deep cover by traveling to Europe with a large group of migrants. It has been difficult for Russia to gather intelligence in Europe because most agents have been sent back to Russia, she said. So that's why they'd want the border to be so porous. Since they would be pretending to be refugees while actually carrying out their operations. Their operatives didn't need a passport stamp to travel across borders. While Belarus maintains its denial of responsibility for Poland's migrant crisis, she posited that it might be just a matter of bad policing and corruption on the border, instead. The people who have been ping-ponged between the two rival countries and are now trapped in the so-called red zone face an extremely dangerous situation, according to human rights groups. In the words of Anna Albeth, an activist with an NGO, "You can't really be prepared to survive here." In the last 2 years, more than 48 bodies have been discovered in the Białowieża forest, a UNESCO World Heritage Site.